Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. Last we left off, we had entered the Chantry. Lovely place, actually. And we were going to have a chat with Mr. Sebastian over here.
Your family can rest now. Their killers are gone.
Excuse me, who are... My post to the Chanter's board? Did Her Grace let that stay?
Well, after you shot an arrow into it.
For sure no one even read, but you say you've killed them. You have my eternal gratitude, Sirrah. It is comforting to think my parents might now rest easily in their graves.
Tell me about yourself.
Who are you exactly?
I am Sebastian Vael, Prince of Starkhaven. Her Grace might prefer I introduce myself as a brother in the Chantry, but I could not stay after what happened to my family.
Why are you still alive?
Why didn't your family's enemies hunt you down as well?
That's why I took the offensive. Thanks to you, those Flint Company assassins are no longer a danger. I'm the last of my line.
Oh.
Unless I survive, my family will have no justice.
But why was your family killed?
Who sent these mercenaries?
My family has ruled Starkhaven for 6 generations. We have enemies, but none who would identify themselves openly. A distant cousin of mine is claiming rulership now, but he is a bit simple. He can be no more than a pawn in this plot.
Who might have done it?
Surely you have a guess as to who was behind it.
My parents were always prudent in how they handled our nobles. They did not allow rivalries or resentments to flourish. The attack must have come from outside. Kirkwall is our largest trading partner. I came back here to find support for my claim, and perhaps for a clue as to who is behind this foul deed.
Well, I'm glad that I could help.
I hope their deaths bring you peace.
Thank you. More than I can say. I truly did not expect anyone but me to take up this cause. Consider this in advance. When I have secured my lands again, you will be paid royally. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must meet with the Viscount and petition him for aid to a fellow city.
So we've got ourselves another Chantry taught prince, have we? Commandments of the Maker. Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. Huh. Interesting. So we've taken care of that.
Shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the Fae.
Andraste, Bride of the Maker. Again, a lot of these codices are fascinating reads.
Those children. The orphan Fereldans ran off again after we fed them.
I wish they'd let us help them. It'd be better than scraping by on the streets of Darktown.
Yes. Yes, it would. Marvalin, the occupied north. Okay, I can't ignore the fact that my companions have all leveled. Is there anything in here? No, there is nothing in here. Well, now we are in here. Gotta make sure you got enough energy to keep us all healed. Heal. Group heal, rather. And yes, upgrade into Storm of Arrows. Yep. And let's start down this path again. Spirit Pulse. Okay guys, excuse me. I said, thank you. Grr. That is a big ass statue. No pun intended on the fact that I was looking at the ass just then.
Take away this burning itch. If you do this for me, I'll never step foot in that brothel again. I swear.
Is it just me, or did that sound like Anders? It's probably not just me. They do like reusing their voice actors. The founding of the Chantry. Cordelius Drekon. First to appoint a divine. Locks of the Golden Fool. Oh, it's a quest, not just an item. And History of the Chantry, Chapter 1. Fascinating. And yes, that was where we encountered Carl before. So, what is up here? The Maker. The Maker is up here. Damn. That Beyond Wrath Day, I think. Grand Cleric Elthina.
Maker's blessing, child. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall, and I believe you're new to our city.
Somewhat.
It was a near thing what happened in Ferelden, but in the end, the Maker stepped in.
Tell me about Meredith.
I hear a lot about the Knight Commander here. What can you tell me?
Gossip is a sin, child. Knight Commander Meredith has an admirable devotion to her duties. It is not my role to form opinions on her character.
It's not? Well, given that her character will dictate what she does, I mean, given that she's Knight Commander, that gives her considerable power. Why keep mages in the gallows?
Why are circle mages here kept in a Tevinter prison?
Ah, so soon you take an interest in our problems.
Well...
The short answer is it was a building. A large one. Should it have sat empty? The Chantry found a use for what was once a horror.
And it still is.
It is the nature of men to move on and forget the past. Even your blight will be a distant memory in our lifetimes.
Wow. That was rather offensive when you think about it. I mean, she's a mage, and this is a very real thing, and it's very symbolic that they lock away the mages in the gallows. And they don't just, like, put them in there, but they lock them away. Ugh. I should go.
I have things to do.
May you walk in Andraste's light.
And the thing is that I know that Grand Cleric Elthina means well. I know she does. But you can mean well all you want and still make major mistakes. Alrighty. Well, let's go hand this book over to someone who's interested in it. And don't worry, I will be tackling some of the bigger plot points relatively soon. Elven Radicalist?
I believe you lost this somewhere.
You have done a great kindness in returning this.
You're welcome, Mr. Mage. And... well, we may as well close off that quest line. Let's go pay a visit to the Qunari and meet up with Javara's Tin Top, shall we?
It's hard to tell, but do they seem grouchier than usual?
It is hard to tell.
Let me pass. I have business with the dwarf Javaris and your Arishok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
Short mouth? I like that name for the dwarves. Okay, that's sad, but... the short mouth. Javaris.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Arishok. The bargain is done.
Interesting painting
About time
technique.
you showed. I've been here for hours.
And of course he gets the awesome introduction.
Arishok Ost, Maras Shokra, Anan Isamkyun.
The Qun from an elf? The madness of this
He knows the Qun?
place.
Do you know him?
Friend of yours?
Friend of no one.
Yes, well, that said, I'm here to report that your hated Talvishoth were felled, one and all, right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Make your chatty elf say something.
And we see where Sten gets it from. And this is, by the way, his Arishok. But what about it, Fenris?
Any insight that would help?
Qunari do not abandon a debt. I humbly request clarification from the Arishok.
I have a growing lack of disgust for you. The dwarf imagined the deal for the Gatlock. He invented a task to prove his worth when he has none.
Then we have wrongly inserted ourselves in your affairs. Would you have us kill this dwarf?
Wait, what now?
If you face Talvishoth, he is not worthy of dying to you, as he was not worthy of dying to them. But you keep good company. Let him live, and leave.
You better leave, Javaris.
You may want to take this opportunity to go.
But he has to sell. It's a product. People want it.
There is no profit in empowering those not of the Qun. The means of creating the Gatlock is ours alone. It shall be dispensed only to our enemies, in the traditional manner.
You are a frustrating people. And you're fired. Sodding bunch of oxmen and dog lords. A whole lot breathing smoke. Pah.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
Wait, I want to talk with you some more.
But when it is done, do we leave Kirkwall like this? Why do you bother me, human? I hire no blades and need no goods. Your kind thinks selfishness and want are normal. This city, all of it, leaves a bad taste.
Then why stay?
If you despise this place, why haven't you left?
Since we arrived, I have seen nothing but greed and weakness. Dwarves, humans, elves, just festering. No order, no goal. You are one of the few I have met with any ability. And yet this too was random, a result of selfishness.
True.
I cannot fathom how a mire like this can be justified. You say we should leave, but how can you bear to stay in this chaos?
Well, I hope to make it better.
My welcome to the city was not so different from yours.
And yet you suffer it.
Yes?
It's an opportunity to make a real difference.
Karisten are soldiers. The Qun made it so. They can never vary from that assigned path, never be other than they are meant to be. But they are free to choose within that role, to accept and succeed, or deny and die. Glory is clear and defined. Could not this entire city benefit from that certainty? How else will you know when you have made a real difference?
Is it certainty or slavery?
He's free to choose to obey. That isn't contradictory to you.
He chooses to be, as do we all, long before any of your meaningless freedoms are presented. I am not the one to educate you. I did not intend to land here. But this city may demand certainty. I suspect we are done, human.
You may suspect it, but I don't think so. You'd impose hope on... help? Hope? Help on the city?
I don't think Kirkwall would do well under military rule.
The rule of the Qun is not military. It is discipline and order.
What's your difference?
How is that different?
Oh.
To your limited understanding, it is not. You fear soldiers that arrive to remove your pitiable vices. But they do not control Qunari. The Triumvirate divides and governs. One is nothing without the others.
The Triumvirate?
Can you tell me about the other two parts?
No.
Then we can learn nothing.
I am no more equipped to explain than you are to understand. Arishok, Arigena, Arikyun, pillars of the Qunari, of the nation that must be. There is but one way to know these things, human. And I have yet to decide if it must be done.
What was your mission?
You're a long way from home. Why did you come?
To meet a demand of the Qun.
And?
Which was?
It is a matter only the Qunari understand. We remain until we fulfill the demand of the Qun. Or until the demand changes.
Tell me of the Tal-Vashoth.
How many Qunari have you lost to the Tal-Vashoth?
None.
That seems unlikely.
We lose nothing when weakness abandons the Qun. It is the Tal-Vashoth who have lost themselves.
I see. Well, goodbye.
Farewell.
Panahedan, human.
So, all things considered, he is being very much more respectful for Hawk than he would be many others. It's interesting to have little chats with him, to get that insight into the Qunari mindset. Alright, what else do I want to do? I should go to Lowtown. Don't play cards with Qunari, it's impossible to tell when they're bluffing. Down from the docks. Or up from the docks. Aye.
We're ready for you.
Ah, yes.
Get back!
This is related to finding Avernus's draft. Seriously? How dumb are you? Ah, and there are more of you showing up. Again, this lacks a certain common sense. You see them getting slaughtered like that. You know, I've actually known other games to have a mechanic where they recognize, Jesus, if you go against them, you're gonna die. Oh, yeah, the plot. Dead drop.
There's the dead drop. Hopefully the Wardens will appreciate this.
Yeah. So, and on that note... Oh, wait, where am I going? I don't want to go that way. I want to go back to Camlin's house, because I'm actually going to have a message waiting for me there. But what that message is, we'll have to wait until next time on Let's Play Dragon Age 2. Hope to see you then, folks!